Peggy 16.
Sega.
Hello and welcome to the first Let's Play for Total War Warhammer. I'm your friendly neighbourhood community coordinator Joey Dalton, and I am joined by Al the Hatman Bickham.
Hello.
Who will be driving our battle for us today, and Simon the Man.
Hello.
So we're going to show you the ambush at the Thundering Falls. You'll be able to play as the Dwarfs, as High King Thorgrim Grudgebearer, and you'll be facing off against Knobnail's Backbiter.
That's right.
So we're going to hop right in and talk you through some of the units that you will be playing with. And just a reminder, everything that you see here is pre-alpha footage, so it may be subject to change.
March on, brave Dowie! March on! To the cursed realms of the Groby we go. I know not what mischief they cause, but they're up to something, for my beard itches with trouble. We take the underway, these ancient highways, built by dwarf hands, give us the best chance of approaching swiftly, catching the greenskins unawares. Let us not dawdle, for there are grudges to settle, and new entries in the Damask Cron to right.
Okay, you can see the dwarfen throng arrayed on the hill here, led by, there he is, High King Thorgrim Grudgebearer himself, actually reading from the Damask Cron right in front of him, the Great Book of Grudges. Joined by Thane as well. This is one of the agents. This is a melee agent, so he runs around the campaign map, does actions, can be attached to an army and get stuck in with the rest of the dwarves. So they're a very defensive army. As you can see, I mean, they're great artificers. They create these wonderful cannons, which are really, some of the most potent in the old world. So, like the flame cannon here, which spews these kind of superheated packets of oil and tar, doing big splash damage. Organ guns here, kind of repeater cannons, great against massed infantry. Iron Drakes with these big sort of underslung alchemical flamethrowers. Look, they even got beard armor, because, who wants to singe your beard when you've got a flamethrower? It's not good. So, Thunderers here, kind of like Marksman, good armor-piercing ability as well, so, useful against heavily armoured units. And Quarrelers, Crossbowmen as well. Now, Slayers, these guys are pretty cool. Yeah, totally, they're unbreakable, so they're kind of berserkers, effectively. And if you look at the panel on the side here, it says anti-large, so they're useful against the big monsters. So we're going to get those, tour in against those. We've got lots of dwarf warriors as well, who are excellent in melee and, can really, really take a charge really well. As I said, very, very sort of defensive army. So I'm going to get them all set up now. So I'm going to go for a pretty standard defensive formation because we are going to be attacked by waves of greenskins. So, and they're all going to be coming, there's a main kind of force in the distance over there, but we're also going to see them pouring out of these kind of side roads that they've overtaken a bit of the ancient dwarven stronghold there. But yeah, out of these side roads, they are just going to come wave after wave. So I'm going to stand and defend as best I can. So, right, that's those guys set up. Let's get my ranged chaps on the hill here. Can actually get both my units of Iron Drakes over this side. Because, it may surprise you to hear, I've played this battle once or twice, so I know where they're coming from.
Nice.
So, is that cheating?
It isn't.
Okay, good. Excellent. Right, oops.
Although if you lose, there will be egg on your face.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yes.
We won't let you live it down.
It won't be the first time. So I'm going to keep those guys in reserve as well. Right, let's get started, actually.
Good luck, Al.
Thank you. Right, let's do a little bit of early manoeuvring. Get these guys out in the field so they're not going to get shot in the back by my own gunners.
Yeah, I have taken a lot of damage from friendly fire,
Yes.
especially with the Iron Drakes.
Yeah.
But kind of, as with previous Total War games, it is very much about using the terrain, and that's especially true for the dwarfs, right? Like, all the dwarfs' damage, or most of it at least, comes from their ranged units. They're like cannons, and they're kind of quarrelers, and kind of like all those different, and the thunderers at the Thundering Falls. That's where all their damage comes from, but their melee line is very good at holding off enemy advances, so that's kind of what it is. They're kind of a two-part army. It's about like kind of defending the line while using your ranged units to just deal that heavy damage here.
Oh, so you've got, is that a couple of ranged units at the back there, but mostly goblins goblin spearmen.
Yeah, there's a lot of goblin spearmen, a lot of goblin archers in this battle. Oh, look, Iron Drake's firing.
Oh, lovely.
Andre's dealing a lot of damage there, so kind of they're hitting hard.
I mean,
and
they're
they're also
quite
good
big
in melee.
units of goblins, but they are easy to rout, right?
So you'll see here the Goblin Spider Eyes are actually trying to kind of find gaps in your formations to try and hit the kind of range units around your back. So, they'll very much be trying to flank you in order to take out your range units. They're very good at picking the soft targets.
This is
Completely ruining
brilliant.
south rather quickly.
So as the dwarfs, you've got to be really kind of aware of what's going. Well, I suppose as
In
anyone,
the
you've got to be very
flank.
aware.
Oh man, right. They're going
Oh, no.
straight into my range units.
As the dwarfs, if you lose your range units, you're actually in a lot of trouble because you're not dealing the damage you need to deal to counter the enemy's kind of forces.
So that red icon that was just there on the left, so when you click that, it will take you exactly to that where the ambush is coming from, so you
totally.
can see what you're up against.
And we also display that on the battlefield as well, right? So you can
Yeah.
actually see its location. You can just sort of glance over and go, oh, okay, that's where they're coming from.
So yeah, another wave coming in from the side here. Oh, 5 units, is that? Maybe, yeah. Oh, and
Oh,
some
No!
Doom Divers as well. Great.
So this is something that's very kind of particular to quest battles as well. We're bringing reinforcements at you from lots of angles that maybe you wouldn't normally see from a campaign game because we're actually in control of kind of where the enemy comes from, like kind of where the deployment areas are. We're able to kind of throw some curveballs at you to kind of try and keep the challenge like interesting for it, basically.
I really like how sneaky the AI is being.
Form these guys back up. Fortunately, I did all right here because even dwarf ranged units are they're pretty heavily armoured, so you can come back as well. They were chasing some guys off the field there. Because, these points at the back and the side, they also count as kind of exit points for routers.
Well, that's the interesting thing, because for the first time, I think, in a Total War game, you've actually got non-square playable areas, right? Like, you're fighting in the Dwarfen Underway here, and
Yeah, you've
as
got
you can
like
see,
a
it's a kind
lane.
of long tunnel, but there are points for your units to route out and for reinforcements to come kind of around the map, as it were, so you get some interesting battles.
Uh-oh.
What's that?
From the rear, Al.
Oh, hey. Excellent.
What's coming in?
And it's some trolls.
So we've got some trolls lumbering.
So
again,
trolls
there's
are
that
a
icon.
monstrous unit.
And a giant.
It's
Brilliant.
something that Al can really
Right.
leverage his slayers and actually do a lot of damage if he chooses to.
It's Slayer o'clock. Actually, I'm going to bring my Thunderers up as well because they're quite good armor piercing, and the trolls and that giant are pretty.
Yeah, armour piercing's definitely useful here. But I mean, that info panel on the left-hand side is really useful to see kind of that extra bit of translation if you're not totally familiar with the Warhammer Fantasy Battles universe. That will give you a good indication of what's good against which unit. So the Slayers are anti-large, so Al's putting them in against the giant.
Watch this.
Whee!
I love the way, once again, like the kind of charging stuff, the way units kind of leap in, so the slayers will kind of leap in with both axes and slice, but the giant's going to be dealing a lot of damage. But since there's so many of the slayers, they're surrounding him and hitting the giant on lots of different sides, so kind of they're dealing little damage over time, whereas the giant is kind of one massive
One
hit of damage
slow,
there, yeah.
massive, yeah.
With massive knockback, so they're taking damage from it, but they're going to be whittling down its health very quickly. So if Al hovers over it now, you can probably see it's got quite low health. Oh, and it's gone!
Down!
Look at that. Excellent.
Yeah, once again, the character in all the animations is absolutely
Oh, he's got those routing as well. Oh, they're look.
Oh.
They are right up in my Thunderers. This is not good. Right. Thorgrim holding the line at the front there, keeping the troops happy, obviously.
So Thorgrim also has his General Zora, right? Like generally when you press down space or something, you can see the General Zora, but we've also added some new features. So on the right there, as you'll see, like you can now toggle on and off features on spacebar, but then also lock them. So even when spacebar isn't held, you can see your General Zora, for example, and things like that. And it's just kind of little ways where letting you kind of customize the UI to your play style and get it so you could show like health bars for every single unit, for example, and stuff like that. So yeah, it's actually quite cool.
Right, it looks like the big forces at the distance are on the move as well now. So let's get everybody ready for a big frontal attack. Look, they're still chopping away. Ah, they're going down. Look, they're wavering. There's still 10 of them. Oh, my poor.
But your air support has arrived.
Ah, fantastic. Let's get over there. Right.
So these are some of my favourite Dwarfen units. These are the Dwarfen gyrocopters. Kind of they rely on machines, right? They haven't got any magic or anything like that, so they're relying on these kind of fast-moving units to kind of make up for their lack of mobility on the battlefield. So they're able to fly around, deal a lot of damage with their kind of guns, but they also have a special ability, which is to be able to drop bombs, so that when you press the ability button, which is on the bottom left-hand side, you can actually drop bombs at the location of your gyrocopters.
Oh,
Let's
I
do
see.
that. You know what? I'm going to get them over
So you
here.
can actually kind of do your own little bombing run, basically, kind of flying across the enemy and just drop the bombs at the right time.
See, that would be useful right at the far back where there's quite a large line, and so
Exactly,
they've got to
yeah.
be directly above to benefit from the bombs.
Exactly,
Right.
yeah. So it's kind of it's a bit of a skill shot.
So if you line them up like that, you can see their. You can see the movement icons on the floor there. So if I line them up in a good spot, hopefully they won't. Oh, they've moved. Perhaps they know
I
what's
think
coming.
you're still covered.
Let's do that. Let's get down there. Right, grenade time. Off you go.
That is satisfying.
Oh, I'm going to drop my second load as well. There we are. Look. Yeah, brilliant. That's killed it. That's killed a few of them. That'll knock their morale a bit as well. So, useful.
So from experience with the gyrocopters, it's best to kind of fly behind and shoot from behind a unit.
Yeah, it's like generally best to kind of be away and sort of try to target kind of their land units, the units that can't hit you, right? Like anything that's a melee unit's not going to be able to kind of run up and smack you. So you want to stay away from their range, because their range can actually take you down. Like if Al were to leave them all in range of the enemy archers like he's doing right now, like he would actually find that his gyrocopters get routed and killed very quickly, because actually they're quite weak against ranged, right? Like, range units take down flying units, arrows pepper them, they kind of eventually fall, but melee units, there's not really too much counter.
What was that orange? Is that a Nightshade and Curse of the Bad Moon? Oh,
It's all gone wrong.
Oh, it's all gone over there though, so it doesn't look like this.
So when Curse of the Bad Moon is cast, of course, it kind of moves in a random direction. So sometimes it works for you, sometimes it won't.
so
Obviously, at that
it's
point,
a vortex spell, right? So I see. Okay.
There's Knobnails. Look, it looks like he's used his
getting in.
magic and he's
gone
got
straight
stuck
into the
in.
melee.
Wow, this is interesting. Well, he's fighting some routy troops, but
It's actually seizing an
my
opportunity.
long
there.
beard's on him, so
So that Arachnarok is still running around dealing damage, similar to the Giant. Like, it's really kind of large damage-dealing unit there, so it's going to be
With
taking big
added
chunks.
goblins firing down from his back, which is
So Thorgrim's
helpful.
taking damage there, so like as Al can see there, he's got a potion of healing which he can cast on himself. This will give him regen over time, so it'll start kind of regenning some of the health that he's lost in battle. So, kind of timed use of this, because it's a one-use item, right? Like, once you've drunk it, there's no more to drunk. Like, so, he's got to pick the right time to use
Is that the ruby ring?
that's actually the fiery ring of Thori.
Oh,
So
awesome.
Yeah, so like characters from campaign are picking up these items and are then able to bring them and use them in battle to kind of help fight
Awesome.
these situations. It's obviously been used to good effect there.
I mean, considering there's that bit of narrative that with the named characters, I guess you want to keep them alive, so those health potions are definitely beneficial.
Yeah, like it really does help. I mean, as I say, since they're immortal, they're only wounded, but them falling in battle is a big thing, right?
Yeah.
Like the enemy's going to take a really large morale, like you're going to take a large morale penalty even from them falling. And
Yeah,
like,
exactly. It's-
losing Thorgrim in a battle like this, he's kind of a charismatic leader. The dwarfs rely on the discipline and holding together. When he falls, they've kind of lost all that, so keeping him alive is actually very important.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then he's also a really good damage dealer, so you've got to kind of make that choice between, do I throw him in there where he's going to be useful, or, do I risk him? Do you know what I mean? So you've got to kind of choose between them. But then you've got heroes like the Thane that Al's got there. So, like, the Thane is really good as well. Kind of similar power to someone like Thorgrim.
if I lose Thorgrim here, I'm going to be in trouble.
You will be in a lot of trouble.
Get the charge on.
There you go, so you can see the Longbeards charging in there.
Oh no! Run away, Thorgrim!
I love their beard animation. It's just fantastic. They're dusting the ground with their beards as they run.
There are some absolutely epic beards going down for the Dwarfen army, I think. Oh, he's got out. Yep, that's good. Oh, and the Arachnarok's going to rout.
Let's hope so.
So he's just engaged there with the Longbeards and Valor.
It's off.
The Thane. Yes!
So the large
Oh yeah,
charge
take that.
in the abdomen. That's
Right, I'm going to bring these guys back actually because I think I sorely need them. How are we doing? So I sent my Iron Drakes over here to start cleaning up these Orc archers that have been peppering me for ages.
As you can see, the fire of the Iron Drakes, like really low range, like they're not very, they can't fire very far, but the damage they're dealing over time is absolutely huge. Like they're really, really effective in that kind of situation. And of course their armor makes them actually quite good in melee, right? Like they're a small unit, so they're not going to last too long, but they can certainly defend themselves until support arrives to relieve them.
So if they are engaged, do they drop their their cannons. Is that right with the Iron Drakes?
No, they'll be hitting people around the face with their
With
cannons.
them? Wow.
They get a cannon in the face, as it were.
No one wants a cannon in the face.
Oh,
Yes!
crikey.
Hey!
Al the Hatman Bickham.
Oh, maybe work for that, I tell you.
Well done, Al. Well, yeah, you looks like you took quite a lot of damage
Yeah,
there.
I
But
was panicking a bit, actually.
I think you only have one unit of Quarrelers in your Thane that are vaguely unscathed.
Yeah.
The Thane's unscathed. That's some pretty good
Oh, look,
work.
how many blows did he take? He's at 1860 hit points still. Like, wow. What a hero.
And he looks
Right.
well happy about it as well.
Yeah, he does. Whereas Thorgrim, just about, he's got 159 hit points left.
He's a bit the worse for wear,
Yeah,
but
a little. I think he'll be, yes.
But Beard is still intact,
Right.
and the book is still full of grudges.
Indeed.
I think he's written off a grudge in the Damazkron today.
I think so.
Right, well, there we are.
So thank you for that, Mr. Bickham.
My pleasure.
Well done, Al.
If you're interested in playing this yourself, you can get hands-on at EGX from the 24th to the 27th of September. I have been Joey, Simon and Al, and I really hope you enjoyed this Let's Play. Like us on our social media pages and subscribe. Bye!
Bye.
Catch you later.